XR 会議2023にご参加いただきありがとうございます。本セッションはスポンサーセッションです。セッション開始まで今しばらくお待ちください。まもなく次のセッションが始まります。コメントは配信画面右のコメント欄からお寄せください。また、スクリーンショットや SNS の投稿に関しては、サイト上部の記載をご確認ください。時間となりましたので、セッションを始めます。コメントは配信画面右のコメント欄からお寄せください。また、スクリーンショットや SNS への投稿に関しては、サイト上部の記載をご確認ください。それではどうぞ。
Hello everyone, my name is Kiuk Gwak. I'm a CEO and co-founder of bHaptics. I'm sorry for not being able to be there in person, but I sincerely thank you for letting me have this opportunity to introduce our company in XR Kaigi 2023. It is such an honor for me. In this session, I'm going to introduce how our haptic devices have been developed and how we are working together with content developers to make the haptic device more valuable to ordinary consumers by adding a supported content more and more. First, let me introduce a little bit of myself and our co-founders of bHaptics. I researched haptics and BCI at KAIST, a tech-focused university in Korea. And based on this doctoral research, I co-founded bHaptics in 2015 with two of my friends. I oversaw all haptics and hardware-related development, and our CTO took all the software jobs. This is a short summary of what bHaptics is. As a company developing consumer-ready haptic devices, we are not just developing and selling hardware or software products, but we are very much committed to connecting people with digital content through a new haptic interface that not only includes audio and visual, but also touch. We are a venture-backed company. We have been raised about $10 million, and we are now open for the next round of funding if there is anyone interested. Since 2015, the team has been grown to about 40 members, and this is the sales demographic based on the last year's data. Most of our customers live in North America and followed by Europe, which takes up to 85% when combining the two. and about 80% of our sales come from consumers. I guess most people watching this video have already experienced VR or AR. When playing games using a keyboard, mouse, or gaming pad, you might not consider the need to physically feel every punches of your avatar. However, when you start using your own body to control and interact with each other in VR and AR, you will instantly realize that you are missing haptic feedback. Even though the vibration of a controller is an effective way of delivering haptic feedback, you may find many situations that require much more elaborate and sophisticated haptic feedback devices. You do want to feel the punches from your bag on your real body, not only through the controllers. Then what kind of haptic feedback devices could we use now? Broadly, there are two types of haptic feedback devices. One is a tactile feedback devices that delivers haptic sensation on your skin, and the other is the force feedback devices that are able to restrain your joints movement. Because I'm not familiar with force feedback devices and they are often too complicated and expensive for ordinary consumers, we're gonna discuss more about tactile feedback devices from now on. There are many different methods that delivers haptic feedback to your skin, and many companies, including us, are using different technologies for building their own haptic feedback devices. What this means is that there is no universal or golden solution for delivering haptic feedback yet. Simply, there's no ultimate haptic machine yet. During my PhD years, I had personally built and tried many different types of devices, but I concluded that to build an ultimate haptic machine, we need a significant leap in the field of new actuator development. Before that time, I think we must accept the fact that all haptic devices are not perfect. Compared to the visual display, current haptic technologies only can replicate a small fraction of what we can really feel in the real world. When the green area represents the amount of perception space that we can feel in the real world, a common, modern visual display can deliver quite a large amount represented by this red circle. However, in case of haptic feedback, each haptic feedback device only can deliver a small amount depending on the haptic technologies used. For example, electric stimulation-based devices are the best at delivering the pain, and the vibration-based devices are best at delivering collisions. All haptic device manufacturers, therefore, try to expand this over as much as possible through software development. I will explain more about our effort for expanding this red oval of our haptic devices in the coming slides. This is me testing the prototype haptic devices for forearm and the hand with Oculus DK1 9 years ago. I developed these forearm devices with 16 motors to maximize the use of spatial aspects of our tactile sensation. Even though we are only familiar with temporal variation of the controller holding the hand, our tactile sensation is distributed all over the body. Therefore, with 16 motors in array, we can draw haptic patterns on the body just like a drawing on a paper. In this way, even though it is just a variation, we can now deliver more various types of feelings to users with spatio-temporally varying haptic patterns. Based on this idea in mind, we have developed and improved our device since 2015. After multiple iterations, we have improved the durability and usability of our haptic devices for consumers. The Tactile X40 and X16 were first released in November 2020, but we have released a new version in the last month. The appearance is almost the same, but we minimize the noise as much as possible. Please come and test them out. Please come and test them on our booth. TechSuite X40 is our flagship haptic vest, which has 40 motors around the torso. It operates wirelessly via Bluetooth without perceivable latency. Even though the motors are discretely located, users can feel spatially continuous haptic feedback because of our tactile illusion algorithm based on the tactile phi phenomenon. To create a virtual sensation in between the middle of motors, 3 motors are always activated at the same time with different vibration strengths.
Similar to increasing the pixel density of a computer screen, we need to increase the number of tactile feedback. We have developed a tactile illusion algorithm that creates elusive tactile experience within the 2D array of motors. This distinctive technology is applied to TactoC to maximize tactile feedback density without the drawbacks of cost and power.
In summary, to maximize the use of the spatial aspect of our tactile sensation, we use many motors in a grid-like structure with 2D tactile phi phenomenon, which enhances the spatial resolution of our haptic devices. However, this is not the only effort that we are conducting to increase the red oval in the tactile perception space. In the end, the vibration feels like just a vibration without audiovisual content. Therefore, we have put lots of effort to maximize the combination with audiovisual content. Firstly, the haptic device must have low latency, even though we are using the Bluetooth. Secondly, the haptic devices must be integrated into the content for maximum immersion. Thus, we have thoroughly developed SDKs for Unity 3D and Unreal engines. With our SDK, content developers can add haptics into their content with just one line of code for each haptic feedback. Haptic feedbacks are stored in our server, and just an event call is needed to be added to the content as one line of code. If you are a content developer, you don't need to rebuild the content just for changing the haptic feedback. You can easily change the haptic feedback of your content on bHaptics developer portal. Furthermore, you can create your own haptic feedback from our software called bHaptics Designer. Even though we do provide hundreds of haptic patterns in the libraries, but if you still want to be creative, you can use the software freely and easily. When the integration is finished, we promote the content as a new native support content so that the users of our haptic device can buy the content and enjoy. bHaptics Developer Portal is a website for the developers to manage the events and haptic feedbacks. Content developers can create a project with template. When a dev selected a shooting template, commonly used events and haptic feedbacks are automatically created in the project. The devs can test haptic patterns and replace with others easily. Furthermore, the devs can use this event name in the Unity and Unreal engine or just add a new event easily. bHaptics Designer is a haptic pattern designing tool similar to the Adobe Photoshop and Premiere in audiovisual content. Left panel represents the front of the vest and the right panel represents the back of the vest. By just clicking, you can create any shapes of haptic feedback. In this case, you can feel some explosion from the center of your body to the outside. and you can control the individual lectures too. If you export the haptic pattern, you can use this pattern in your content. In addition, you can also upload 2D or 360 video or YouTube link. Just like adding a subtitle to your video, you can add haptics to your video for more immersive experience.
Advisor? Prince?
I get the microphone.
When the integration is finished, this is how users can enjoy the native support content.
Positional touch sensory feedback transports you right into the middle of the battlefield. Feel when and where you get shot and react immediately. Powerful gun recoils and rapid heartbeats will make you feel as if you are in the middle of the action. You can feel the raindrops, wind, electric shocks, and even the energy filling through your body. Most importantly, it changes how we interact with each other on social platforms.
Alright, buddy. Meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you. Touch people.
Not only getting shot, but also you can feel all the interactions in VR on your body, such as pulling items, putting the items to the bag, and bringing the items from the bag. You can also feel raindrops and snow when you go outside, and heartbeats when a ghost comes near you. When you jump, land, and fall down, you can feel haptic feedback for every movement on your body. Basically, all haptic feedbacks you would have felt on the body in the real-world interactions can be transferred to your haptic suit in virtual world interactions. After launching our first haptic suit in 2017, we focused on the VR arcade market until 2019 and started getting into consumer market since 2020. Since then, we have been closely collaborating with content developers to increase the number of natively supported content more. As of now, we have about 250 content that support our haptic suit, and about 10% of our MetaQuest official store content support our haptic suits. This is a typical integration process of consumer-targeted content. Once we have a suite of content or meet the content developers at the exhibition like this, we suggest to integrate our haptic suit for more realistic and fun user experience. All users of our haptic suit suggest us to reach out to some content developers because it would fit really well. Or the content developers ask us about the integration process first because their users request for bHaptics integration. Because we provide marketing support for the content to the general public and also our haptic suit users, it becomes mutually beneficial. Also, we are open for all sort of collaboration suggestions that are potentially mutually beneficial. After the initial contact, we send a dev kit for free to developers and help developers to integrate our SDK into their content. Once the integration is done, we do QA and make some suggestions to improve the haptics. When it is finished, we start promoting the content on the YouTube and SNS. These are some collaborative marketing examples. We collaborate with influencers to promote the content and bHaptics integration. Sometimes we take all the cost, or sometimes we split the cost with content developers depending on the size of the project. Or We collaborate with esports league for promotion. We do influencer marketing and prize support to the league. Or simply, we periodically do giveaway events with content developers and influencers. Well, this is all I prepared for today's session. If you are interested in testing our haptic suit or haptic gloves, please come and visit our booth at XR Kaigi. Also, any questions or suggestions are welcome. Please contact us via email, either in Japanese or English. We have a Japanese-speaking people in our team. If you are content developers and would like to consider integrating our haptic suit, please let us know via email or at the booth. Thank you for taking your time to attend this session, and now I am open for the questions.
本セッションは終了となります。セッションの聴講ありがとうございました。次のセッションページへとご移動いただき、引き続き XR 会議をお楽しみください。